Welcome to GTFO. This is take 2 of episode 1 of Gaming the Formed Opinion. We have 3 distinguished gentlemen in the room. We have Steve, also known as Godmocker.
What's up?
We have Duane, also known as Greer Reaver.
Hey, y'all.
And myself, Don, known as Scrivian to the Tempest people and anyone else. And we put this podcast together. We wanted to talk about gaming issues, and we wanted to just throw stuff out there. We're going to discuss it. This is just our opinions on these things, but it should be fun because we don't always agree.
No shit.
Mainly because Scrivian doesn't ever know what he's talking about.
That could be true, and that could really be. If you listen to Tempest Gamecast, you can see that a lot of times. I'm quoting numbers that are like off and stuff.
See, I missed the old
you
days.
can buy that in the gym shop.
Now you're making it real. Now I feel bad. Now it's real. Just got real already.
You can buy that in the gym shop for 5,000 gems. Oh wait, no, it's 500. Okay,
right.
Or something. Okay. All right. Now, Greer or Duane, I know you've got a hot topic for tonight. Big topic.
Well, yeah. My topic, I want to get to it, but to lead into it, I'm going to tell the story that
Awesome.
really much explains it. Let's see. I worked yesterday 11 hours. Then we raided 3 immediately following that. And then I went and worked the middle of the night delivering papers. And then I picked up my daughter at 8:45 this morning. And then I worked 11 hours today. And I got home immediately in time to do this podcast. And I thought that was the perfect lead-in to my topic of what and how it is that we manage gaming as something that we do as a hobby throughout the rest of life. Obviously, it's something that comes up a lot. It's kind of like the, hot topic that occasionally pops up as to, how much gaming is too much gaming. And I just thought I would, see what you guys thought. How do you guys manage it? What do you guys do? Have you guys ever done something stupid like not slept and because you wanted to raid and do a podcast because you really needed to get something cool?
Wow.
The sleep you discuss.
Yes.
No, Steve, you want to go on this first? I mean, I've got stuff on this. This is a good one.
I was going to say, I'm probably the black sheep in that whole subject because I am not married. I have no goddamn kids, messing up my time. And the only thing that was jacking up my playtime maybe was school. And now I'm completely done with school. So I've been talking about this recently that I've been getting off of work and coming home. And I'm used to having papers and books everywhere because I had shit that was due. And I basically come home now and I'm just kind of staring around going, I don't have a goddamn thing to do. I don't have anything to do.
Yeah.
So I've been logging into these games. I've already burnt myself out of like 7 or 8 of them already. And now Marvel popped in and saved my life. But as far as that, man, I tell you guys, you're going to hate me because I sleep whenever I want. I get up and go anywhere I want whenever I feel like it. I just get off of work at 4 in the afternoon, and I basically have 4 until whenever I feel like it to just fuck off.
So you don't really have any balancing that you have to do right now, right?
Absolutely none. So if I'm late for something, it's just because I fucking forgot. It's because I totally forgot.
Right. But that's new, right? You were on a couple raid teams that we've gone through where school really pulled you off of the team a few times because it was really conflicting with your ability to do both.
Not only did it do that, it was school got me freaking mutinied as guild leader in Terra. Yeah, and I know if Tina's listening, she could fucking take that one. Mutinied. Because school was taking me out of Terra, and
look, man,
you're
not as political as
that's one of the other topics. It's one of those topics we'll probably discuss here in the future.
Okay.
The commitment, guild leading commitment.
Oh yeah, that was coming.
It's a big one. So I mean, for me, the balancing is tough. I've got my daughter who's now 5 months old, and I raided twice a week with Greer, and before it was last November or November, the end of November after Thanksgiving when she was born. Before that, you guys saw me on all the games, and I was like racking up. It was like a full-time job. I was playing games, full-time job. I was 40, 50, 60 hours a week. I was gaming all day.
17 max level characters per game.
That's right. Whatever game we were playing, a new game came out, I was the first person to hit the max level most of the time. If I was usually racing Romeo, who's ahead of me and never went to right now, but he's a completionist, so I'll probably pass him. Those completionists, but yeah, so I was doing that and then maxing out multiple characters, playing. Of course, newborn, and wow, Maka, you really, really got dark. It's like I'm seeing your silhouette. There we go. That's a little better.
Is that better?
That's too dark. Not lighten it up.
It's brooding.
More light. Not a little less. There we go. That's good. So, my daughter was born, and I'm like completely committed to my daughter. So I played. We raided. We were still raiding, and wow, my wife and I worked out an agreement. She was on maternity leave until the end of January. So it was cool because I had nights. I was raiding. 2 nights, sometimes 3 nights a week when Greer made us raid on Mondays. Or Duane had us raiding on Mondays. At which I finally said, I just can't do it anymore. My wife went back to work, and she gets up at like 4:30 in the morning and gets home at like 5, 6, or 5:30, 5 at night. And so she gets home, she eats dinner, watches maybe one show we have recorded, and she's like ready to pass out, if she hasn't already passed out. So I said, all right, ratings out. And it basically comes down to, now I've got my daughter, and of course newborns is cool, you can get she naps and stuff, but I'm finding it is just, I think for me, it comes down to even back when I was like fully employed, or when I was in the Navy and fully employed, it is completely about balance and focus. Maybe it's just me. I get into a game and I know what I want to do. If I want to level, I want to craft, I want to do dungeons and instances, and I know how long stuff takes, and it's like, hit that. I got 20 minutes. What can I do in 20 minutes to most effectively use my time and have fun?
I'd say just going kind of goal-oriented. Well, I feel like, do you feel like you have like multiple hobbies left at this time? There's a few shows that I watch, but like we play MMO games. Do you feel like that kills it? Like, I feel like in order to play a lot of the games that we like to play, it's like that's the only hobby that I have time for. We don't, and I don't do nearly as much other things, I guess. And that sounds awful. But I don't feel awful about it. I love it. I have a blast. But do you guys feel that way too? Like, is it just MMOs? I think it's just because we play, and we obviously play a lot of different games because we like to try everything. And pretty much, I just like to get in every game and be better than Godmocker at all times. So that's pretty much all I go for.
That dude will not min-max anything. You don't have to worry about it.
Never. Theorocrafty is a dirty
Marvel.
word, man.
Except for Marvel. Yeah, he was crafting in Marvel. That's right.
Oh my goodness.
Well, because the Marvel crafting, I think, it's going to get jacked.
The dude likes purple tights.
Hey,
absolutely.
I tell you what, as far as your finding time thing, there was a time, like, I used to think that Scriv had, man, he had it made when he had a girlfriend, at least when he had a girlfriend that was allowing him to be able to play as much as he was playing. Scriv was on all the freaking time, and Rift, man, the dude was on every day, all day long, all night long. And I remember when I played Lineage as much, because back then the only reference I really have outside of EQ2, Lineage I played every day, for 6 to 10 hours a day, and the weekend was probably more. And I was dating somebody at the time, and I remember, and yes, I have to admit, I was running bot programs for a long time for Lineage, and
Nice.
I remember getting up in the middle of the night to check that program in, and just getting up and looking in the direction of the computer. Yeah, pretty much. I wanted to make sure that the program wasn't, like I wasn't laying there dead or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I remember if I just looked in the direction of the PC, I could feel the heat on the back of my head from the chick that was in the room. You know what I mean? I won't mention her name, but I never had actually been with anybody but one
Tina?
person.
Was it Tina?
Oh, God. No.
Wow.
No way. But I had somebody I did introduce to Lineage 2, and she turned into some sort of a bot, man. She played more than I did. So I went to the far extremes. Normally I had somebody that would absolutely refuse to accept the fact that I played MMOs.
Got married a gamer.
Yeah, and then you get with somebody who loved it, and I couldn't get her off the freaking thing. It was a gamer saying, "Okay, dude, you play way too much for me." So now here I am. I tell you, I got these waves of extremes going on. But yeah, anyway, yeah, I admired the fact that Script was able to play so much and still carry on a relationship like that. It was unique.
Well, I look at it, and the way I look at it, and I justify it, even maybe it's just justifying it to myself, and I think we were talking about this in the guild in TeamSpeak the other day. I don't go out drinking. I don't go to bars.
Me
I don't
either.
play softball. I don't go bowling. I do nothing. The only thing that's coming is I'm going to start playing golf on weekends again in the morning.
That sounds fun.
That'd be cool, yeah.
But still, I don't do any of that stuff. So I'm not out spending $40 a night in a bar, for 2-3 drinks. I'm not out, doing those kinds of things. So my time is spent. Hey, remember
What year?
last
You talking
place I
about
lived?
89, maybe?
Hey, remember when I was? That's
He
what
only
I said for 2 or 3
Script's
drinks. I was in New York.
Yes,
I was in New
drinks,
York.
just
I was in
the
New
floor.
No. Yeah,
Someone has to
but,
carry him out.
I think it's that logical. You guys have seen the spreadsheets and stuff I do for these games. I think this stuff out a lot of times, and I'm looking at it going, if I walk into a bar and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's $8 for a beer," I'm like, $8. I think I can get 2 6-packs of Coors Light for that. Why am I here? I can go home and watch TV and drink if I wanted to. I'm not a big drinker anymore, but I'm like, why? For the ambiance, I'm paying for the ambiance. Really, this place is a shithole.
And it's usually, the ambiance is terrible.
But I'm with you. I never did any of those things either. I don't go to clubs or bars. I don't even have alcohol in the building. I just don't do that sort of thing. So
I did it for a while. I was probably equally as irresponsible with that as I am with gaming habits at times.
Oh yeah, when I was younger.
Glad that it's over with.
Now, so being one of the older guys in the guild, I get to look back at that and say, yeah, I'm glad I don't do that anymore.
Well,
the drinks were probably different way back then, huh?
Was
it like
we were
cups?
fermenting our own grapes. If I wanted wine, I was out back and squishing those things down.
It was
on my
just
feet.
in a sheepskin that you just had
both.
left it in through the winter. It's cool.
Sheepskin.
Whatever. I don't know how you do it. I know you know.
Well, there's definite extremes I noticed with the new members since Rift, that we'd had people that would get on. Who was the guy that would come on drunk, or that would come on and then by the time rating?
Not Vio. No, Vio was his buddy. Sir with a C. Yeah, I don't remember his name.
Yeah, he just completely wasted by the time he would be, towards the end of the raid. Yeah. Or you get the couples that play. Like, it's Deimos and Skay that are the...
Yeah.
Yeah, that blows me away that they play so much.
That's awesome. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, see, again, that's what I say, go back to Marry a Gamer. When I first started playing WoW was right before my wife and I got married, and she was a gamer. She played EQ at school when she was in college. And so it was cool. I married a gamer, and we played WoW together. She was a raid tank, and I was a healer. So it wasn't that big of a deal, except when, except we're sitting back to back talking on
this guy.
Yeah.
You don't deserve this. No.
I'm telling you, I'm not even joking.
But
we get the girl up to where she can raid. We get her to farm gold, man. We're going to be set. Yeah.
My daughter, yeah.
We get her farming. We're going to be set.
I had my daughter, who's actually graduating high school this year. Actually, I'm going to her graduation in a couple weeks. She used to play on my WoW account when she was, back, 8 years ago when she was like 10 years old. And what she do? She was my druid, and she liked my druid, which I didn't play that often, but it was an herbalist, and she just wanted to be in the otter, seal, sea lion, whatever the hell form that water form is, and she would just swim all over. That's what she wanted to do. She swam up the rivers, she swam all around. I said, all right, if you see anything glowy, just pick it up, and she did, and I would have that whatever that herb is that grew in the water. Had lots of that stuff.
That's cool.
So it was she. See, yeah. So the mining's not out.
I'm totally for that. It's good. It's good character.
But yes, to answer one of Duane's last questions, or one of the questions he asked, yes, I have gone and said, okay, I'm going to get off at midnight because I've got a doctor's appointment at 7 o'clock in the morning, and then you just get on a roll leveling or raiding or whatever. Music's playing, and you look down, and it's 4, and you're like, well, screw it, I might as well just stay up now and just power through and then go to your day. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Other people are good at that,
Painful.
though. I suck at it. I'm not that person who stays awake all the time. Like, those people who have, like, gaming. Like, I'll die. I'll just fall out. I can't keep my eyes open.
Yeah, I'm doing about 5 or 6 hours a night right now.
I haven't. Once I got burnt out, man, my time has just been shorter and shorter and shorter until Marvel hit. But yeah, dude, I have been down that road where it was, you get off work, and as soon as you get off work, you sit down, and you were there till 2 in the morning, and you got up at 5 to go to work, and you just did that every day until Saturday mornings. You get up at 6 or 7, and you played basically, 20 hours on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, I remember doing that when I was single, and that was like playing from, Friday night through Saturday, catching a few hours of sleep, sometimes Saturday, and then just playing straight through to like Sunday night.
Yeah, my initial raid schedule, and it just always worked out to play late nights, and so like I'm Eastern time. My first raid schedule that I was in was 3 nights a week, and it was midnight to 4 a.m. and that was there were so many nights where it was like it was just one of those groups that didn't give a shit about how late it was either. So it was like there were nights where it was like 6 and 7 because people just didn't care. They're like, let's just keep going.
That sounds like Rift, man. That brings back nightmares.
It was actually really awesome. I don't think I could ever do that again.
Bullshit. We did too.
Half an hour, maybe an hour. Most.
You know how many goddamn times we'd be green scale and be like, well, dudes, we've made 15 attempts. It's 5 till 11. Let's go ahead and make another attempt. Okay, dudes, we're on our 25th attempt. It's 25 after midnight. Let's make one more shot.
Right, this is a great segue into the topic I have for tonight. Now, my topic is what keeps you in a game when you get to the point where it almost starts feeling like work, or you're starting to get, here you go, Steve, you start getting burned out. What keeps you playing the game or keeps it loaded on your computer where every once in a while you just go back in there? What is it that in the games, why do you stay? Like, Duane, why are you still raiding in WoW?
Well, WoW's a different monster than most games. I was thinking about this question, and majoritatively what makes me go play, we've played however many games over the last year because there's been so many releases lately that were worth checking out and are, they're good games in their own right. For whatever reason, we don't really play them that much. Usually what takes me back to them is just someone else having fun in them. Like it's you or someone else like, hey, look, I'm doing this, and I'm like, hey, they're having fun in that game. I want to go have fun in that game. So I'm just like a jealous little girl, and I want to have fun too.
The three of us here screw each other over that way. I don't know how many times. And the Godmocker finally got me with Marvel, but I know I'm like, hey, I'm playing Star Wars again, PvPing. What happens a week later? Duane's in Star Wars PvPing, and we hook up. We do some PvP for about a week or two, and then we break off and we go back to WoW and doing other games and stuff. Or God must say, Mocker, I think I'm going to check out this game. Here's a link to it. Next thing I know, he's got the lifetime subscription. Cirrhosis is the other one. Cirrhosis is the other guy we can get on games. Like, this is awesome. You got to get the ultimate pack.
Yes.
Got to get the ultimate pack. Oh, yeah, I'm there.
Cirrhosis is my hero. The BlizzCon Ticketmaster.
I damn near bought
He's
tickets.
My hero. No, but as far as WoW, the reason I say it's different is what brings me back to that game is totally different. It's just a full-on nostalgia for the game. I really I'm a sucker for that whole story. I've been following it for so long that I just genuinely want to see what's going to happen next. Like, I'll quit playing for a while, and then a major, like it'll be, hey, now you can kill Deathwing, now you can kill the Lich King. And I'm like, I should go back because those are like major things that I just really want to do, and that game just pulls me back for different reasons. I just it's just that game. It's a good game. It's got a years and years of good story. I remember playing just orcs versus humans before I even cared at the story. I didn't even know or really follow the story through that game when I played it first. But I can tie back to that still, doing it, over and over again. So, that's just a whole different monster. It just sucks you in.
How about you, Steve?
No, I didn't have anything like that. It was more. I mean, I know it's lame as shit, but I keep referring to Lineage only because that's the only thing that had me.
Yeah, you played that for a long time though.
Oh, like 4 years. Yeah, it had me in such a way that it was there was an addiction going on. I mean, it was a serious, and with that,
and admitting that is the first step.
Yeah, yeah, no shit. But there was no questing in that game. The questing was just for your class changes, and outside of that, after you finished
a hardcore game, though, right?
It was all PvP. It was like 99.9% PvP. So you got what it was for me was the group of people. When I got into the good group of dudes and girls, and we were clicking. I mean, it was just a click machine, and then all of a sudden, weeks and months and years are just flying by, and you're logging in, and you've got server respect, from thousands upon thousands of people know who you are and what you're doing, and it was that big. But then, when you do something like that, you also feel the death. I mean, I felt the death coming for months and months. We just started seeing dudes dropping off left and right. Yeah. So when I got out of that, I was just in a search mode for something else, and what's happening?
What are you saying kept you there?
That's
as
what
long
I'm
as you
saying.
Stayed. Oh, okay.
The people. It was the people. So I tried to replace. That's why I introduced you guys to Frankie.
Mm-hmm.
It was Frankie, and there's maybe 15 other dudes over there that you guys have never met that I can't get. You really wouldn't want to sit and channel with these dudes because they're just screaming German, 99% of the time. But actually, I don't mind it because I listened to it for so long. I pick up just little bits of it here and there. And but I went from going from the people up until right before I got to Rift. I was looking for just stimulation for heavy graphics and storyline. That's all I was looking for. And WoW, I got to be honest with you, WoW didn't have that for me. I mean, I did it, and I got the tunes up so that I could raid because I wanted to hang with the dudes I liked. I wanted to hang with the people I liked.
Right.
But then I was hitting all these games like Aeon and oh my God, it was Aeon and Star Wars and Age of Wushu and Firefall and D3, Guild Wars 2, and then
so many now.
There's just my desktop is full of this shit, and none of them hold me.
To step back, though, I think we've changed the equation. The equation may be changing in the gaming community as a whole, because it used to be. I mean, originally it was guild. You weren't multi-gaming guilds. When we were in the first game guild. All right, I went into Rift, and I helped Izula, the original.
Izzy.
He set up. It was his idea. He set Tempest up.
Yeah.
Right, and he brought me in. He actually brought in it was a French Canadian guy who spoke with a very heavy French accent. But we were running some quests together. He goes, "Hey, you seem like a good guy. You want to join our guild?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." So he brought me into Tempest, and then once I got in there, I don't know if it was the Navy stuff kicking in. I just started like, we should do this, we should do this, we should do this. Boom. Now I had run guilds in WoW, some successful and some unsuccessfully. Based on rating, not rating, casual, that mix of vinegar and water and oil, and so I was like, okay, cool. So I started doing more and more and more and more, and eventually I was running Tempest, and Azula disappeared. But
I remember that. I remember it clear as a bell, man.
But I remember the whole time when Iz was there, and we used to talk all the time about stuff about what what's keeping us here. He wanted Rift to go on, which I still don't understand why he disappeared. Then I guess he said he discovered outside and never came back.
Yeah, the
But,
graphics outside were really good.
Was this still BG or was this AG? Any of this? Because I don't remember Azula.
It's BG. BG.
Yeah,
before Greer.
he was
Before
the dude.
Greer. Oh, good,
But,
Yeah.
good.
but
Well,
he was
well
getting
played,
mad.
Thank you.
He was getting mad because we were recruiting heavily. We wanted to be because
that ain't no
he wanted
shit.
to have a close knit group, and I wanted the biggest guild on the server, and so we went the way that I wanted. I don't know why, but we did, and so we became the biggest guild on the server before transfers were allowed. And one of the things, he started getting upset because there'd be guys talking in TeamSpeak about Star Wars, and now I knew Star Wars was my game. I was waiting for that game. I had been tracking it for 2 years. At the end of the year, the Rift came out, was the year Star Wars was coming out, and I was going to play it. And so, but I hadn't been talking about it, but I knew other guys were in there like this, and he was getting upset saying, well, they're being disloyal to the guild. They're doing this. I'm like,
Yeah, you did.
I'm
You
like,
what a douche.
no, you can't. I'm like, let them talk. I mean, so what? I mean, if they're still friends and we're still having a blast raiding or doing whatever we're doing, that's cool. And I think this is why I say take a step back. I think because it's changed now, because now we have a core group of people, probably about 50 people in Tempest, who are active on the forums and doing stuff and at least reading the forums. And we are like gaming vagabonds because we've got a core group in Guild Wars. We've got 10 people maybe in World of Warcraft between the raiders and casual guys, and then we are all over the place. But the thing is, we're all still together. So I guess that with me, my first MMO was Galaxies, and as that when the combat upgrade
SWG,
and
dude.
new gaming experience and Smedley screwed the whole community and SOE, and that left because the gaming, it was different. I didn't want, and I jumped over to WoW, and then it was the whole thing. Made a lot of friends, had a great time. I'm still friends with a bunch of the Aussie guild that I was in at the time because I was deployed to Japan and then Korea. But now with the community, it's not that bad. I don't feel. I mean, it sucks. I left the raid team in WoW, but I didn't feel as bad leaving because I still talk to them in TeamSpeak. We're still together doing stuff because we're a gaming community. So, but for me, yeah, it was the friend. I mean, you make friends, you don't want to leave them.
Well, I'm telling you what, and I remember crystal clear having a conversation with you, with Scrivian. I don't know how many people are aware of this, but I remember Scrivian coming to me one day in TeamSpeak, and he's like, you know what? I think I'm done. I think I'm fucking done with Rift and Tempest. I want to raid. I remember Scriv saying, I want a freaking raid. I want a guild that wants to raid. So I was saying to him, God, I don't know if this is right before I bolted to another server temporarily. I pulled a Tina. And I forget.
We had I don't know how many raiders.
We were starting to bust apart. Personalities started to gruff on each other. I was having a huge problem with Alorian, and Steve was pissing everybody off with his attitude. And I forget who I was talking to. I don't know if it was Santir or if it was Vader, but I remember saying we're thinking about just bailing and forming a purely raid guild. And Scriv was like, you fucking do that, dude. I think I might go with you. The leader of Tempest comes out and says that. And then I'll never forget it. The dude, he took a vacation. You were gone for like a week. Yeah, a week or two. And he come back, and it has been non-freaking stop since he came back that 2 weeks later. Yeah, 2-week break, and you've been like a Corvette ever since.
And that's why I was so happy when I went into WoW. I said, okay, I'm going to do the easy, basic, dumb, guild master stuff. And Greer, you're doing the raids. I don't want anything to do. I don't want to be involved with it. I'm not going to answer questions on raids. No, it's just it. I think I can't remember if it was Santir or one of the other guys, and they pointed out, they're like, dude, you can't do it. It's hard to do both. Where you're trying, the guild leader, the guild leader's trying to keep. Guild leader tries. I mean, we think about it, the guild leader's goal is to keep the guild together, keep people focused, having fun, great environment. The raid leader is to do whatever role is required as a raid leader, to be the good guy or the bastard to keep the raid progressing. All right.
Greer,
guild leader is trying to keep everyone happy. Can't be a bastard. I guess you can't. You can't. No, you can if you have a guild full of like-minded people, which is what the world-ranked guilds in many different games do. Mm-hmm. They're people
a lot of those
focused
world
on
ranked
performance counts. Period. Boom. You don't perform.
Yeah, a lot of those world-ranked guilds, though, man, they've got like 15 dudes in them or 20 dudes in them, you know, or something like that, and they're like ranked in the top 5. Yeah.
They find their core guys who think just like them, and they've got a team, and they all want the same thing, and then boom, that's it. They don't care about anything. Everything is about accomplishing goals. So I mean, again, that comes back to the people. So I mean, for being.
Well, yeah, and I think that gets right directly to the core of what your topic is. And if you're going to ask me what keeps me based, solely in the game, sure, the content is gonna hold an interest to a certain level. But if I'm in TeamSpeak with good people, or we're all having a good time, I mean, I'm not talking about where sometimes. I mean, there were times in Rift when we were raiding, and some of us would be drinking, and we would get obnoxiously dipshit, in TeamSpeak. Yeah, I understand that, and I could tell that 2 or 3 people would just be getting about their top because they get pit. Yes, you would hear screaming like, "Okay, everybody rest. Let's try again."
Tough to be the raid leader when that's going on.
Yeah, and when you stop and actually try to take it seriously, you understand what it is. But I think when it came to that point, when you would have 2 or 3 or more members that were basically fucking off during the raid, it was almost better to say, you know what, we're going to go ahead and bail, and everybody just go do your own thing and have fun. We'll try this again some other time, because it's better to do that than to start screaming at people in TeamSpeak, because they're just going to get nothing but pissed and then log out, and you'll probably lose the members anyway.
It's all about
fun.
Is
the people. Yeah.
People and having fun.
Yeah, exactly. And to be quite honest with you, I'm not finding a goddamn thing that's fun until Marvel. Yeah, now I got Marvel down, or not down.
That's it. I'll be there with you tonight. I said Neverwinter's on hold tonight until I get to
bring us home with your topic so I can go install Marvel.
I got Vader to do it. Vader said, and that's, oh, God, script. I knew, and you know what? I bet you were right when you said, I bet they meant 9 a.m. Because I told Vader this afternoon, dude, we're playing Marvel. It's just like D3, only in the Marvel Universe. It's free this weekend, dude. Go get it and download it. He texted me like 2 hours ago going, yeah, I logged in earlier, man. I played for a while. And I'm like, logged in earlier?
It's because they put on their freaking tweet, it goes, join us at, Friday at night. It's on their website, 9 p.m. I'm like, 9 p.m. I'm like, who the hell launches a freaking beta at 9 p.m. at night?
9 p.m. on a Friday. And I immediately logged out a while, and I logged into Marvel, and I'll be goddamn if it let me in. I was like,
yeah.
So, and that's when I texted Scrim. I said, you ain't going to believe you ain't going to believe this.
I'm all right. I mean, I got up to level 38 in Neverwinter, so. So, Steve, what do you got for us this week?
Well, I think you actually touched quite a bit on it. It was more of the bouncing from game to game, because I started to pay a lot more attention to that this past week. Well, since graduation, or not graduate. Well, since I'm about to graduate, my last class was like a couple weeks ago. So I've been kind of. I know it's going to sound silly to anybody who hasn't been going to school for over a decade like myself. But when it's almost like having 2 jobs, and then one of your jobs is suddenly gone, and all this free time is staring you in the face, and you've got no kids, you've got no wife, and that kind of thing. So I seriously turned for solace. I thought, okay, I'm going to hit these freaking 24 icons I got on my desktop and start finding some love. Oh my God, it's a horrible bounce game, man. Because I'll go into Rift. I'm in Rift 15 minutes before I'm logging out. I go into Aeon, I get the rotations back down, and then all of a sudden I'm in PvP.
So you're asking, how do we deal with gamers' ADD?
Oh, perfect. That's actually perfect, because I'm missing it. I think Frankie's been messing. November's been messing with my head on this for the last couple of years, because I'm getting disillusioned with the games that are coming out, and I'm not being able to plant stakes.
I think that's everyone though. I mean, isn't that? I mean, it's weird. I mean, I guess for those of us who are older, and I'm including Greer in this. We're still looking for the game that's
I'm going to bring my walker next time.
You know what I mean? We still log into WoW. Like you said, the story didn't do it for you, Mocker, but you still bought that 1 year.
But I still do it.
Why. I mean, you bought that and played it. And,
don't know why.
I don't know why either. But I buy every expansion, and you know what? I just canceled my subscription because I'm not raiding. That's what I want to do. But you know what? They said they have 3 more expansions planned out. I'll buy them all. I'm going to log back in. Yeah, they've got at least 3 more already planned out. So, I'm going to buy them, and I'm going to play them. So, I mean, for me...
I'll end up doing the same thing. But I want to make something... I want to clear the record here on this. Okay, because I'm not going to let that slide.
What?
About this. I don't know why he bought a year shit, okay? Because it was this dude named Don that called and said, look, because whether anybody knows
Do
or
you
not,
want to get Diablo 3 free?
it wasn't just that. I told
That
him
was one of the
one day.
ones.
I told him one day we weren't even in Tempest yet. we were going to create the Tempest Guild on Hydraxis, and it was just him and I logging into WoW. I said, hey, you know what we ought to do? We ought to start raiding in WoW again and see what happens. Oh, Mocker, you know what you ought to do, dude? To get D3, you might as well buy the whole fucking year.
You finished three. You finished 3 levels of it. You got the last level down. Tell me you haven't got your money out of that.
Are you kidding? You know how much money I spent in the money shop on D3?
Hey, I didn't tell you to go to the money shop. The cash.
I blew it.
That is a topic we're gonna hit in the next couple of weeks. I tell you what, cash shops are kicking my butt.
Cash shops are my downfall, man. If you add, I would be ashamed to tell you how much money. Let's just go back to Lineage 2. That doesn't even have a cash shop. I was paying the Asians. I can't even tell you how many thousands of dollars I blew on gold for Lineage 2. How ridiculous.
Well, Duane, you're in this too. I know. I see you because we're on Raptor. Again, we highly recommend all the Tempest people out there or anyone else. Raptor is awesome.
Raptor is awesome. I just got Storm Legion free.
Yeah. But Duane, I see you hopping into other games too, and you're also. And then I'll be playing Star Wars because I'm like screw it. No one else is playing this. I'm gonna go back and finish the story, leading back to my topic. But I see you in Raptor popping over to SimCity, to Rift, to WoW. You're jumping.
The whole thing kills me. I don't know how anybody does it. It kills me. Because every one of those games you just named is like a minimum 5-hour per session game. You have to freaking play them.
You do.
And that's what kills me. It's like, I just got Storm Legion. I want to level to 60 in Rift. But oh my god, when am I going to do that? I want to level my Warlock too. I want to play Marvel. I want to freaking... I want to max level Guild Wars. I freaking got to level like 25. I was talking about that game for 6 months before it came out.
You were. I was going to bring that up. I
don't know. I don't know how anybody does it. It makes me want to blow myself away.
What we ought to do is we ought to bring Dymos.
You said you want to blow yourself?
Yes.
Is that what he said? Did he just say that?
You.
Makes me want to blow myself.
There was really... Okay. I don't know why I took the time to dramatically pause, but I did, and I noticed it.
You were thinking.
And we pointed it out for you. Okay. Now, here's because I looked at Rift 2 for leveling, right? And this is... If you see what I have here, right, these pliers, I'm not sure whether I'd like to finish leveling in Rift or pull a tooth out right now.
I haven't been able to see
And the tooth is, I'm leaning towards the tooth. I was
thinking if I'm going to do it and you're going to make the award, it should be like an axe on a grindstone and like the Storm Legion thing.
That's probably a good idea.
And it should just say Rift 60 and
Survived.
then comma, seriously? With like a question mark and an exclamation point. Like, oh my god, I can't believe it.
Well, yeah.
Rose, she should
I have no idea. I got in there and messed around with it just a little bit. And all I did was some of the quests that pop up that in the main, before you go anywhere new.
Yeah.
Right.
And they were worth absolutely no experience. And if that's how the rest of it is, I did 10 quests. I had 0.1% of a buff.
No, the issue with Rift is you get over to the freaking con. They have 2 leveling areas that you start with, and you can do all the quests in one area, and you're not going to level. You've got to go to the other area to finish it.
Yeah.
And it isn't that. It's those stupid carnage quests that you don't get until you accidentally killed a troll. While you're at it, kill 20 more and we'll give you some experience.
But that's normal. That's normal
but
shit.
They didn't hide it. They're like, this is, we're gonna make fun of grinding
quests.
We're gonna give you 100 of them.
Yeah, we're gonna torture you.
I mean, I had fun when leveling my first character in Rift was fun.
Yeah, no shit.
I went back this time. I'm like, oh my god, this sucks, and I'm gonna end up doing it. And I'm sitting there today thinking I'm gonna do it by PvP.
I'm not.
I'm gonna see if I can do it with PvP because I like Rift PvP. I know you're not gonna be there.
I'm not gonna do
next
it
week or two.
I think out of the dozen games I've got installed, Rift is on the top of the getting rid of list. It's at the top. I mean, because I've got all these 50s. I think I got 4 or 5 50s, and I went in, because they reset everything.
Yeah.
They reset everything again for like the 6th time.
That's
I've completely
the penalty.
forgot all the rotations.
I think that's the penalty for the gamer's ADD. It is, because I go back and I look at some of these things and I go into Aeon and I'm like, all right, I never played Aeon when it came out, and this is one of those ones Microsoft was talking, and I think or Steve and Tina were talking about it, and I was like, you know what? That sounds cool. You get wings, you get to fly. There's flying PvP. How badass is Angels and Demons? I want to do that. So I get in the game and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is hard. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to push. I think I'm 38, so I'm not even halfway.
Nice.
38. That's hilarious.
And I'm like, I was going broke and stuff, and then, you know, my granddad Godmocker locked in and said, here, let me throw you a couple million, whatever the hell.
I got a rich bitch in Aeon, man.
Let me throw you a couple million. This will help you get it. And what I do, I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going to go buy some 500,000 so-and-so wings so I can move faster. And they look cool, too. But
you want to see it now.
The challenge, as you talk about with the gamer's ADD, not just balancing the time, it's staying fresh with them. You're right. If I went back to Rift right now, I'm sure all my stuff's all reset again. I'm going to be like, I don't know what I had to go look it up, and then go look in the forums, and you can't find squat on some of these forums.
It was bad. And
Rift
plus, with somebody, especially somebody like myself, when it comes to theory crafty, dude, I can't do it. I have no desire to do it. I'm going to Santir. For God's sakes, for my warrior, man, to get my warrior set up, I had Irresistible. I got Irresistible's help, man. I got to give that dude credit.
In Rift, yeah.
Yeah, in Rift.
All I did for my warrior this time, though, is you log in, and they have those pre-made things, and I just just snagged one of them. Like, bam.
Well, that's
all right,
the cool
look
thing
at this. It told me what abilities to
that's
use.
something good that Triumph
it's
did.
It's a lot better than it was.
Fill it in?
I mean, I don't know if it's good.
I think it automatically fills it in, too.
Yeah, I couldn't
right?
do
As
it.
you go, if you pick one, it'll autofill it in as you go up.
I think I hit 51. I think I hit 51, and then I just felt that whole heavy blanket, wet blanket fall over me when I log in.
To go.
I'm like, fuck this noise. I don't even like the son of a bitch anymore.
I told Greer, I said, yeah, I'm going to, because we made it in Terra. Leveling in Terra was so freaking painful that we made an award. A guild award for hitting max level. I think I'm going to do that for Rift too, because we have no one in Tempest right now. Not one single person in Tempest right now has hit max level in Rift. No one.
Rose. Well, no, she's not in.
She's not. Yeah, she's in her own guild. So, but I mean, going back, and it's still with the whole gaming ADD, I find myself jumping. I mean, I program. I have a controller. I use a G13, and so I program map keys to like every single game. And I look down. I have 13 games on my taskbar on the bottom.
As far as
I've got them closely mapped, but they're not the same. I mean, I still got to go through and reset it, but it is. I mean, I have to do that because I'm sitting there jumping from game to game to game. I jumped into Terra and leveled my priest a little bit. Jumped into Aeon, leveled my ranger. I was in Star Trek, flying around killing Borg, and I'm like, you know, got to remember.
Oh my God!
What the hell does this key do? Oh yeah. Okay, now I remember now.
Wow.
It's fun, and I like the story. It's like Star Trek, Secret World, those kinds of ones. It's like they release new content, and I want to go play it. I want to finish it because I hit max level. It's like I want to say, it's wow. I want to do the story. I want to complete the story.
Is the content locus?
He is a crackhead.
Well, I guess I am. Well, I have to be if you're going to play that many games. I think you almost have to be. But again,
give me cookies.
Give me a game. Give me a game that hooks me like Star Wars Galaxies does or did.
Okay, you're gonna have to just accept the fact that fucking game is gone. I know he's hoping for repopulation.
The repopulation is the second coming of Star Wars Galaxies, except no lightsabers.
He is putting so much into that repopulation. It's not even funny. I'm gonna wait so that we can hear him softly sobbing in TS when he realizes.
You're not gonna hear. No, you're not gonna hear.
Whatever.
I might be playing by myself, but that's what I do in all the other games.
Well, I told you.
Just keep pushing it. Keep pushing it. We'll send Aki. We'll send Aki to the repopulation, and you won't be able to craft anything because he'll own it all.
That's true. I don't know. I don't think that's going to be possible. I saw
he will own it all.
They released it on the was it their March update? Whatever they had their crafting thing. Oh my, that is a complex system. That's complex. Even Firefall now is freaking complex.
I've given up.
There's another completely different game.
I've given up on Firefall.
So
it didn't hold me. In Age of Wushu, I think that's number 2 on my uninstall list.
I like the game. I just don't have the time to put into that kind of a game.
I think I'm going to focus on Marvel, and I'll pop into WoW every now and then. But you know what? I'm an altaholic as it is. I mean, I got serious ADD on my
Well,
tunes.
we're going to hook you up in Marvel. I told you about the awards, right? We're going to hook you up in Marvel. I got some awards planned for all.
I was going to say, I blew $200, man. Did you know that, Duane? That
Lord.
I bought the ultimate package for the Marvel $200.
Yeah, what kind of a person does that? The game's not even out yet.
It gave me all the tunes, man, and all these special costumes and shit. I thought, I've lost my goddamn mind.
It's weird. I hear there's a Diablo expansion maybe in the works if you want to get another year pass.
Okay. Is there a kill button? I think there's a kill button somewhere in here.
It'll be fun, man.
Kill.
Yeah, I have to say, Greer, I did the same thing. I've got the Ultimate Marvel pack too.
See, he admitted it.
To say something.
What? Oh, shocking! This guy's Mr. Lifetime. This guy's a lifetime member to everything.
You know what? As much as I say that, and I believe right now that the TSW is like weak ass leadership right now, and Bylos is kind of like leading them. You know, he's the blind guy leading him in a dark alley, a marching band behind him from Animal House or whatever. And it is horrible in between their content. Really, when they release content, it's cool. I go in there, I play it, I finish it in like 2 days, and then I'm like, oh, that was an awesome storyline. That's cool. I can't wait till they release the next one. Okay, back to whatever else I was playing. It feels like I've subscribed to a game for life. That's just like a game I used to buy on the shelf, and now I don't have to pay for expansions anymore. It just comes out every month or two.
I got to be honest, man. As far as story,
and the upside is, after about 6 months, it'll be like 1 month worth of actual gaming. So that'll be good.
That's true.
Oh dear God. As far as the storyline, man, SOTOR had me on the storyline. That sniper storyline was
Sniper's good. Bounty Hunter's good.
Awesome. I love that sniper storyline. I really love the espionage on that.
And I think that goes back to, I know, and Greer was jokingly or seriously called me a content locust, but I'm not really. I do like the story, and in Star Wars, I didn't just finish my Sith Warrior and continued. I went Sith Warrior, Inquisitor, Bounty Hunter.
You're the
Sniper.
Same way on the Secret World, though, or
now I'm doing the Trooper. I'm Illuminati on the Secret World. But Secret World is story. Yeah, it's story. You're right. It's very story, and Secret World is just some of the best, most engaging quests that I've seen in a game. They are just, especially the investigation quests, they just hook you, and it's. I think maybe for me, it's what I want. I want a good story. I want to see the story. I want to see the end. What happens? You don't get that in MMOs.
Some good quests, like that. There's nothing wrong with the game.
Duane, I'm telling you, if you've still got it loaded on there, I would say if all the mission packs to go back, I would play Mission 5. Content Update 5 was the best. It is phenomenal storyline.
This dude is a succubus, man. Be careful, Duane. He is a
succubus.
It's free.
He's just like, Duane, come.
I need to be in marketing.
Content.
I need to be marketing for multiple MMO companies.
So what you need, dude, you need this. I'm telling you, you really need this. If you really need this, you freaking need it.
So Makaru and I start the conversation with, oh man, I can't believe anyone would pay $200. $60 is a lot. You only get and this and that, but you get these characters, and it's cool because you get to find all these costumes. Oh, look who I just got. I got Black Widow and so, but you can't get that with this Premier Pack. You know, if you get 3 Premier Packs, you're paying more than you're going to pay for when you buy the 200. You might as well get the 200. Next day, Steve's like, yeah, I already got it.
And you know what? I sat and stared at myself for like 20 minutes going, I'm the fucking complete lunatic. I've lost my goddamn mind. And I thought, I'm just waiting for my phone to rattle for Don to say, hey, how's it feel to be 200 bones shorter?
He's got something new for you. Wait till tomorrow. There's a new game you don't even know about.
Not yet, yeah.
And you can buy rights to the game for $3,000.
The ultimate. That's the repopulation.
You know what?
The repopulation has a $3,000 donation. You get a statue of you in the game permanently. It's in the game permanently. Statue of you. You get to help design a quest giver, work with the developers and help design a quest line from that guy. You get to design what he wears.
An entire line?
Yeah, and this guy. And you know that this is why Don's not going to BlizzCon now. He was going to go, but he decided to spend his trip money on a statue in the
I did. I have not.
Statue of him, just like with a crafting bench.
Yes. He'd just be like, yeah, baby.
He'd have the crafting bench. That's right. There's my friend. I've missed you all these years.
What the
I
hell
made
ever.
something.
You know,
Oh,
at least I can say
I can
with
be like,
this 200
I
bucks,
made an arrow.
that 200 bucks got my name in the credits. At least I can say that. They're going to
Yeah,
put my
mine will be
name in the
shortly there,
credits.
right behind yours. So that's right. We got
But you know what's going to
screenshot.
freak me out is that if we look at the credits, they're going to say, here's the special thanks to all the Ultimate Package dudes. And it's just going to be like,
Yeah. That was gonna be like, come on, I want to screenshot this.
yeah, there's like 500 names in this freaking list. Holy shit.
Yeah.
We're a
yeah.
nice little club
And
of
if you guys
psychopaths.
had paid $3,050, they could have used 14-point font, but they had to use 10 instead.
I'm not
Yeah.
doing it, man. 3K
Admit.
bullshit. Screw that. I'm not
There's
doing it.
Camelot Unchained. I hear they're still looking for money, even though they hit their Kickstarter goal.
You know what? I gave money to Forge for their shit, and it turned out to be just. I felt stupid for the $10 I shot them, and they got lots of money, man. Who is that? There's a big developer guy, man. He's developing that space. It's supposed to be a huge sci-fi thing going on, big space thing with ships and
remember what that one
avatars,
is. Yeah.
battles.
Yeah, I saw that. I can't.
He
remember
put
what
it.
that was.
He put it up on that. What's that website where people can donate?
Kickstarter.
And he was saying in his dev notes that he was needing something like $2 million to finish the production. And when he got on Kickstarter, I think he ended up getting like $12 million. People shot him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he did the exact same thing. And I wish I could remember what the hell that freaking game was.
See, we've gone from being beta being a privilege to paying to get into the beta to now we're paying for the development of the game.
Well, I was just getting ready to say that he did the exact same thing that you're talking about. He developed these incredibly like high-end packages, like thousands of dollars, $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 package.
Gamers will pay
And
to get their name in.
had this huge list of shit that you
packages.
got. Oh, for 10 grand,
You pay
you
for
get to sleep with the
10,000,
developer's
Probably
wife.
it's
For
probably it's
10,000, we're going to name a
whole
ship
own
class
topic.
after you.
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
days.
Okay.
Actually, that's one of the things I remember was in there is that you got some sort of list of ships that you couldn't get any other way, and you get to name them or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
You got his first kid, that kind of thing. I mean, it was an incredibly
awesome.
long list of benefits. No, not
I
really.
like the firstborn Kickstarter. That's a
Nah,
deal breaker.
no,
Yeah.
I'd immediately
Yeah.
sell him to Korea. I'd get a good price for him.
Well, dang. We're about the end of the show.
That's a great way to end.
It is. We're ending
Selling
with, that's right.
children
We're going
to
to
Korea.
kickstart.
It's
your
only
firstborn.
fair, though. You figured Godmacher has probably bought enough little boys from Korea that he should at least send a couple back.
We all have our thing, We all
Yeah.
have our thing. Whatever.
Awesome. Well, I think it's been a good show. This has been a great discussion. Look forward to seeing what we don't know what we're going to talk about next week because we don't decide this stuff until the week. Something during the week on Facebook or Twitter or something will just piss us off in one of the games we're playing, and we're going to end up talking about it.
Oh, yeah.
So we thank you all for joining us tonight. Again, you can check us out on the TempestGuild.us website is where our guild is located. This, of course, will be on the Tempest Gaming Community website on YouTube, on our channel. And we will be back every weekday. We'll be live on Twitch at 8:30 Central Time, 9:30 for you East Coasters, and 6:30 for the West Coasters. And that is, again, our hosts are Duane, Greer Reaver, also known as Greer Reaver, Steve, also known as Godmacher, and myself, Don, also known as Scrivian. We hope you guys have a great week gaming, and hopefully your ADD is not too bad.
See you guys.
Peace.
When you wind up on me one wine at a time, when you rain up on me one grind is a crime. Looking at me eye, looking at me dread, one looking at me face, and you can't forget. Rude boy, throw your hands in the air. Like away that dance, alone know that we don't care. Rude boy, with your hands in the air. Until morning come, we know where the party there.
Hey mama, la fiesta comenzó, vámonos pa' mi cama. Ese bautizo va a cambiar mi colada. Voy a hacértelo como hacer limonada. Fácil de preparar y no me dirás nada. Estoy arrepentido como fiesta pagana. Mi pana, no fuimos hasta mañana. Toda esa cara moviendo esa nalga. Y yo con mi cara de encuentro anal.
When me there with you, dime que te falta. Throw your hands in the air, mano arriba salta. When me there with you, dime que te falta. Throw your hands in the air and mano arriba salta.
Rápido, nítido, eso me dicen al charlar. Amigo mi roto, eso me dicen al follar. Baby, bate girl, estoy listo para hacer tu ma. Pero hands up, baby, coming hands up. Put your hands up, baby, put your hands up. Put your hands up, baby, put your hands up. Put your hands up, baby, put your hands up. Todo el mundo mano arriba, ya llegó el road boy. Put your hands up, baby, put your hands up. Put your hands up, baby, put your hands up. Put your hands up, baby, put your hands up. Todo el mundo mano arriba, ya llegó el road boy.
Baby, está rica, mami, solita, tu cinturita, yo la quiero coger. Tica, tu mamacita, estás bien loquita, y nos vamos pa'l motel. Está rica, mami, solita, tu cinturita, yo la quiero coger. Tica, tu mamacita, estás bien loquita, y nos vamos pa'l motel.
España girl can sing ragamuffin. Like John Black, say me wanna tell you something. España girl can sing dancehall. Mi chulos are like bullets, seguro no nothing at all. What them I want, shout yeah. Them I want, them I want, school yeah. What them I want, chat yeah. Them I want, them I want, roll yeah. Hands in the air.
Put your hands up, put your hands up, baby, put your hands up. Put your hands up, baby, put your hands up. Todo el mundo mano arriba, ya llegó el road boy. Put your hands up, baby, put your hands up. Put your hands up, baby, put your hands up. Put your hands up, baby, put your hands up. Todo el mundo mano arriba, ya llegó el road boy.
Yeah, DJ Shaky.
Check it, listen up. This one I be all the freaky girl, them the here who have it broke.
Look up, right hand.
If you wanna see me like that,
That's right.
like that. So let's up in the air. All the girls them have it broke up.